Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of this playthrough of the career mode of Motorsport Manager 2016 on the PC. Last time out we picked the Predator team. It's the lowest team in the Series 3 racing. So basically we've got to work our way up all the way from the bottom and we'll try to get to the top series, which is akin to Formula 1 in real life. Last time out we were at the Russian Grand Prix and we finished in 14th and Evans finished in last place. We had quite a bit of problems with his car that we had to repair throughout the race. So she finished in 14th in the last race, which means because in the Series 3 racing there's no actual qualifying, it's a reversal of the grid. So since he finished in last place in the last Grand Prix, he should be starting in first. But again, I would expect him, since he's probably the worst driver in this entire series, that he will drop all the way to the back again. Anna, since she finished 14th in the last race, that would mean she will be starting in 7th place. Is that right? Yeah, 7th place in the next race. So hopefully she can stick to around this 14th place again, because we do have a sponsor that does pay us for finishing 16th or higher. Which one is it? It's Rogers and Ailes. 16th or higher, which gives us an extra £200,000. So hopefully we can go on and do that. We'll just check our mail. It's mainly about the last race. Car condition dropped 31%, but I guess that's because we did. No, it didn't drop too much, but then again our car isn't the most reliable, so it just broke down kind of easily. So I said in the last part, rather than focusing here on improving the parts, we're going to improve the reliability of the parts, because hopefully a reliable car will get us through to the end of the race. So if there is any breakdowns or anything like that, or because most of these cars in Series 3 are kind of unreliable, so if the other teams don't improve on that themselves, we should be able, through sheer force of being able to make it to the end of the race at full strength, hopefully be a bit better than them, because our car, as you can see, isn't the best. I'm not sure whether we should try and improve some. We do have a bit of money now to get something. I'm not kind of sure what's the most important going forward. Acceleration is maybe our best bet of trying to overtake cars or staying in front of cars, or would it top speed be more? Which is the actual worst part that we've got? See, the gearbox is quite a bit better than the engine, although this is quite bad because I think the top cars have an engine rated maybe 100 or higher. So obviously we've got no chance of competing with them at the moment. So if we did build a new engine, we'll be rated 30, which is quite a bit better than what we've got at the moment. What would a gearbox be if we built a new gearbox? 18. We would. We could do that and then improve it, or should we go for that? Is it 55 and 18? It is up to 30. I'm not quite sure which to go for. How much is the new gearbox? The new gearbox isn't as expensive, so we could probably put 2 new gearboxes in the car. But then if we've got an engine that's not too good and a decent gearbox, would that make too much of a difference? What could we get out of an engine? As even if we build the engine, it's going to take us some time of improving that engine to get the reliability up. So should we? We'd only have one engine, so I think we might build an engine just to see if it does make any difference, and then concentrating on getting it up, the reliability up to 100%, and then improving it up to 42. Because I think I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. Clicking around here. I do have equal status, but I do see her as a better driver, so not this year, but she's going to be the main driver and she's going to get the best parts, so I think we're going to mainly concentrate on her, since she is probably about 2 times better. She's twice the better driver of Evans. His stats are just abysmal. And we do have a reserve driver, but hers are even worse. I don't know whether we oh, it's going to cost to break his contract as well. If we do want to get rid of him, would it actually be worth it to get rid of him? I think we might do some scouting. I do sort of want a young driver, so is the only one that we can sort of scout that doesn't have a car at the moment. We can't afford to buy anyone out of the contract. Everyone else that we sort of know about that we can scout is... Let's try a bit on let's go see this. Is there anyone that sort of has decent stats? Decent stats, but I bet it costs a lot of money to get someone like that. Rafael Rodriguez, Maya, Finland. We'll go ahead and scout her. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford her. We'll scout her anyway. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to spend some money on engine. It's going to take most of our budget up. Okay, but we should be making some more. 14 days. It's going to be ready. It's going to be ready in time for the German Grand Prix. But I don't think I'm actually going to put it in. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get the reliability up before the Grand Prix. We'll go ahead and click through. Car repair is complete, so they can now focus on improving the parts. We're still improving the gearbox, which is up to 70, so I think we might now swap. Now, what else needs doing? See, the engine isn't too reliable, but the brakes are worse, so we'll try do that. It's going to take them a while to get it up to 100%. Well, I don't think it gets up to 100%, so we can get it up to probably... It gets up to 17. Will they be able to improve that anymore? They can, but we need some... It's going to basically put this up a little bit, but it's not going to get it all the way up. So we'll see if that makes any difference for the race, because we want to get to a point where we don't have to pit stop to repair parts, because that's the main thing in this series that I think slows you down. We've got some new sponsorship offers, so we do have a new fixed sponsor, so they're going to give us $1 million up front for 6 races, whereas these guys will give us 350,000 per race, which is just over 3 million. It should be 3,150,000. Would it? No. Yeah, it would be. Just about. Yeah, it would be. Over the 9 races. So that is going to be a much better deal than that. And we don't need the money up front because we've built the new engine for Anna. So we'll go ahead and take that one because that's going to get us... The other one was worth 6 races. So the other one was going to be worth, if that was extended to 9 races, 1.3 million about. So this one is a much better deal. So we'll go ahead and take that one. The engine should be just about ready, so this is not our race, this is from the Formula 1 race. Got a car, should be ready today. So the engine has been built. As we can see, the reliability is not that great, so if we do put that on the car, these have actually done quite well, improving. So I think we might try and see which one's Anna's car. I think she's got this one that's at 65, so we'll cancel Evans's. I will see if we can get this up to somewhere around here, and then we could put the new engine in her car. We won't fit it just yet. We'll see if we've got 10 days to go, so we'll see what work they could actually do on that before the next Grand Prix. Hopefully they've managed to get it done a little bit. 57, it's pretty decent, it's near enough. So she can have that engine, and now Evans. He's quite happy that he hasn't got a decent engine, so she's happy that she has, so he can have the little bit better of an engine. It's not that much better than what she's got. Even though we've got these at 0, I'm not actually sure whether That would improve. We want we're going to keep that slider there. I'm not sure whether that's actually going to improve it or not, but we'll try and what needs work? Maybe brakes. We'll try and improve his engine, Evans' engine, and we'll try and improve Anna's brakes. But we're not going to put anything here because I do want to concentrate on getting everything reliable first. So whether that makes any difference, I'll try and remember 5 and 2. The future reference. And we got to select a sponsor, so we got no chance of finishing in any of these, so we can't take that money. So we are aiming for 16th again. Part fitting, we've got everything that we need in this car. We've got all the best parts fitted, and she is going to be racing with her new engine. So we'll go ahead and see how much difference that new engine makes. So basically, again, I'm going to cut out the practice. I'm not sure whether anyone really wants to see the practice. It's just me going around messing with a load of sliders. If that's interesting to you and you do want me to leave it in future videos, leave a comment down below that you do want to see the practices. At the moment, I'm of the opinion that I'd rather just cut that bit out and get straight to the race from this point on. But we'll get to this point where we have a look at the quick setup of the car that we're going to run for first practice, because in Series 3 you don't get quite a lot of time. You get 12 minutes of the accelerated game time. Series 2 I think is 15 minutes, and Series 1 you get 20 minutes, so you get quite a few times. With this you get to run 2 stints probably of the lowest race trim. It's not ideal for getting things right, but hopefully get things right. So we do have quite a lot straight. So what the hell? I'm not quite sure. I wish it gave you a bit more information about the top speeds that you should be achieved, and I guess we can count the corners that we've got, just to help us with understanding whether we do want a more acceleration heavy balance, whether we need more understeer and such. But I'm going to take these down. Because it doesn't really tell us what speed the corners are, so I'm not quite sure what downforce we need. It would be... I should really make a note of these so we do in future. So it does want understeer on the handling, so we're going to... What should we do? I guess we need a bit of a harder suspension on this track. I do want the acceleration from this, although she does have that newer engine. We'll leave it at that, and then we'll probably try and do the same for Evans. Don't know how long this race is, but we're going to put her out on the softs. She should be getting the better times. I'm going to move this about the same, not quite the same because we need the readings. I'm going to drop the tyre pressure. But he says he needs more handling and more speed down, so we're gonna put the tyre pressure, excuse me, got hiccups. We're gonna put the tyre pressure up a bit. I'm gonna just turn in a bit because he wants to oversteer, so we're gonna put that camber increased, take the gear ratios right down for his car, and then she wanted a higher suspension than the other one. He wants a softer suspension. We'll leave it at that. He's going to run the mediums because I'm going to put him out for a bit longer. Basically, yeah, we'll come back to see how we did in the setup in a minute. And we're back. So it wasn't the best of practice sessions. Best car's getting 138. She's not too far behind, 3 seconds behind, which isn't too bad for our car. Evans was quite a lot slower. And he's really got the worst car now out of every car, because hers is quite a bit better because she's got the engine. So we did actually beat one of the Dragons. But our second stint, we didn't really improve upon our first time, because on the second stint that we came out to do on practice, it did start raining. My fault because I looked ahead to the weather forecast, so a lot of these were set on the intermediates. Maybe they didn't actually, they all came out on the intermediates, so we didn't really get to improve our time. our best time on the new settings. We'll go ahead and have a look. We need a better driver. I think she's quite a decent driver that we can attract for our team. But anyway, we're straight into the race now because there's no qualifying. So he should be starting in first. She will be in 7th. She's going to do the race trim. Car condition drops slightly lower. Should we take that? The higher engine modes now. I'm going to do that one because we don't really want to be repairing her parts. And his other bonus is just a qualifying based bonus, which we don't actually have any qualifying. Because both of these don't really give any good feedback. We can't get the race trim above level 1. You can basically get up to level 3 in that. Because both of these guys don't really give much feedback. It's kinda hard getting the balance of the car right. He was unhappy with everything, even though he was saying he wanted more oversteer, he didn't want it. And he hated this, the acceleration. So I don't know what I'm going to do. She's quite happy with her car, but we're going to have to try, because the gear ratios were way too short. We're going to try to drop her into here. I'm not going to know what it was done to the car. She's pretty happy with these, so it was just the speed balance that was off. Should we keep it in the middle? Should we? We'll keep it there. Keeps these two the same pretty much, and then this one. She's at the back. How many is this? This is 17 laps. We're gonna have to do 2 pit stops anyway because of the fuel limitations on this series. What could she do? Should she do 2 stops with changing tyres, or should she only change tyres on one of the stops? Performance is quite a lot better, so I think we're going to use 3 sets of softs in this race. I don't think there's no rain forecast, but we can, because we haven't got a forecasting centre, we can only see, we can't see that far ahead of what the rain's going to be like. He was really unhappy with this, so she had it down here, the balance downforce just about right. So I'm gonna bring this down and we're gonna bring that up. His gear ratios were way too short again, so we might try his at 50. Because he said he wanted a softer suspension at first, but then he didn't like it. He didn't like the way it actually went, but I guess that's because he's only got a feedback rating of 2. He doesn't actually know what he wants out of his car. So see, it was the optimum balance of his was only 63%, but his knowledge doesn't go up as we do it. He really made a mess of his tyres last time, so I'm going to try him on the mediums because we're just going to concentrate on getting him through to the end of the race. So I think we're going to keep him at the back, like conserving all his stuff. So we're not going to put him in higher engine mode. We're not going to ask him to push. I'm just going to try and nurse him through to the end of the race in this car at the moment. That may very well change when we go. So we're going to start him first on the grid. I think we'll start him in neutral, medium. If we do that, it's going to really put him too far back, so I think I'll just stay neutral and medium with him for the entire race and see what he can do. I don't really want him to push or put his engine mode in a higher because I don't want him wasting his tyres. And I don't want him wrecking his car. She might push. High, I don't think we'll go for the full. I'm undecided. No, I think we'll see how that goes with this race. And then we'll try and build from there in future races. See how it goes. So he's in first and she should be in 7th, yep, just as I thought. Whereas the Garuda are both on the back of the grid this time. But he started in 2nd last time and he was about 12th, even though they've got the best car. So they might have a bit of trouble getting all the way up the grid this time. Don't know how much difference it'll make to Evans because Evans started in 1st place last time and finished in last. So hopefully we can try and improve upon that. Basically I just wanted to get through to the end, especially his engine, and his brakes will probably fail. Her engine might need repairing at some point during this race. But she does have the boost that her car condition will drop slightly slower than the others, so She's a better racer. She's up to 5th, back down to 6th, back down to 7th. Evans is doing quite well at holding 2nd place here because he's not pushing, so he might be able to hold them off for quite a bit. But once pit stops are made and stuff, we're probably going to get a change on that. Let's see who's doing better on the tyres. Doing alright. She's still pushing. Is everyone else around her still pushing a little bit? Sorry, I let Rogers pass me. She's upset that she's getting overtaken. So come on, Anna, you are our main hope for getting points in this race. She's not doing well, but Evans has started to drop back now. I don't know whether we should ask him to let Anna pass, which is something we can do. Is he holding her up? I think he is starting to hold her up a bit. What's the lap time? She's quite a bit quicker, you see, so she's falling even further back now from him. I think there was a section there where she couldn't quite get past him. He sort of held her up, so I'm going to leave him with a loud teammate through, so hopefully the next time she's behind him, I'll just let her through, because she does have the faster car. Although her last lap, but I think our last lap is 149, his 146, so he's doing quite a bit better, but I think that's because she's getting held up a little bit. She's doing quite well. Her tyres are wearing through pretty quick, so I guess most of them are switched back. I guess we forgot to switch back, haven't we? So we're going to try neutral for a bit. We'll see if we can get through. I think we're going to have to change from our soft. We're going to have to go into a medium tyre in the middle section, I think, and then finish on softs. Someone's just gone off then. Valdez has just crashed, so at least we're not going to finish in last place. Everyone's coming for. I think we missed the pit wall, haven't we? We should have brought her in. He's doing quite well on his mediums. He's managed to get quite a way through on those medium tyres. So we're going to fill her right to the top. Her condition, she's not dropping too much because that's because she's got that perk. So she should be able to get through to about lap 12. How long can the mediums actually go? 10 laps? Maybe if she conserves these tyres she can get through to the end, but I think we're going to have to do mediums. Soft. Oh, we've got a safety car out as well. Should we stack them? Should we try stack these? Oh, we're going to have a pause I think and see if we can stack them in the pits. Because he doesn't need to change his tyres, he just needs to come in and get some more fuel. She's going to have to stack behind him in the pits. We're going to try to stack them up. So he should only take 6 seconds in the pits, so it's not going to affect her too much. He should come out. So we've got the safety car out for the crash. Let's think about this. He's on 60. So the mediums are quite. So he should do that, and then he should only have to come in. He should get 6 laps out of it. He should only have to come in one more time, just a bit more fuel and tyres. So we'll put him at that. How's his car holding? His car's actually holding up quite well today because he's not pushing. So these two are going to get round back to the safety car, but they're going to pit beforehand. So hopefully the safety car has worked out a little bit in our favour here. We'll see what happens. We'll see. She's going to have to wait for a couple of seconds behind him, but it shouldn't be too bad. He's got out in 7th, where she got out and she's got out in 13th, so it's worked out in Evans' favour. Not quite worked out in hers too much, but she's now on the mediums, which seem like it should go to the end if we don't push her. We can get quite a decent, we can get 10 laps out of the medium, so she should be able to get maybe, so we'll turn this down. He's coming in, but we'll try to turn this down a second. And then we'll have to put it back up for this when the safety car's in. Does the safety car come in? No, he's coming in this lap, so we're going to try save a bit of fuel whilst the safety car's out. What's in his tyres are pretty cold because he's going to have to push slightly. He's got cold tyres. See if we can warm him up whilst he's behind the safety car. I don't think he's going to warm him up too much. Don't want these to go too quickly. So I have to come back down to you. He's just going to have to drive around on cold tyres because that's what we want. So that is no rain forecast. Turn her engine back up quickly. Right, so it's just about getting through to the end of the race here. With these, see if we can hold on to some of these positions, because last time we were behind at this point, I think, by halfway. So we're doing quite well at the halfway point this time. No, 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 son of a... Censored. He's dropping quite quick. Oh, did his engine turn down? No. A mistake, I left his engine down. I've messed it up for you, Evans, I'm sorry. He's Santa Ana's through. You take that off now. What's he lapping? See, he's still lapping quite a bit slower than her, but that's because his engine was turned down. She does have better tyres, so he's going to have to come in for his last set of tyres. Hopefully that... He'll have to drop back and conserve these for this lap. Otherwise they'll drop away too quickly. We're going to have to try see. He did manage to get through 10 laps. And these such as these. It doesn't get him to the end of the race, so can't bring him in just yet. He's going to have to try and get through on these tyres, otherwise I'll have to make 2 pit stops. So he's going to have to wait, hopefully, because we don't want to bring him in. Car's holding up quite well because we're not pushing. No, car's holding. But basically I think if we don't push, we can't push at this moment with these cars, because otherwise the parts will break up away too quickly, so we just nearly got taken out on the pit lane. Santa Ana's doing really well this time, she's up in 11th, so the engine has made quite a bit of difference, because she does get... He's wanting to pit this lap. We'll have a look this time, see if his new mediums... He should get through to the end of the race now. He's got some damage to his front wing, but we're not pushing, so hopefully he can get through to the end of the race. Is everyone else pitted? Most of the other teams around us have pitted, but most of these in front haven't pitted. So hopefully she can hang on to this 11th place without pushing. So I think that's the secret for this Predator car, is not to push too much. I think she can actually push now on her tyres though, but we're not going to turn the engine up. She's going to come in the lap after this for some soft, because she does need some fuel. Should we bring her in now? I think we'll bring her in now and get her back onto a pair of softs. Because she should. How many laps have we got? 5. Did that get us through? What's going to get us through to the end of the race? 4 laps, 5 laps. We don't need full her car because we're not pushing. Should get through to the end. So she is in 6th at the moment, but that's because the guys around her haven't pitted. So hopefully, it's predicted. Can she get back out in front of Evans, who's dropped right down now? We've made all our pit stops. I think everyone else around us has. Evans is actually in last place. So they do both have excess fuel. I don't know if it's a push because the engine's dropping away. Hers isn't too bad, so maybe we can turn her up a little bit and hope that it gets us through. The tyres should get through now, so we should be able to put him back up. Is she gaining time? No, she's losing time on the car in front. So we're going to be finishing it up though, back of the pack again, but I'm not too bothered about that. This car up in at 18th is going to pass us by the end, I think. Basically, it's just a learning experience, and we're going to have to try and improve this car somehow. Because at the moment, we've got no chance. Maybe if she keeps pushing, some of the other cars in the last 2 laps might start to drop away. So we've got excess fuel. Car isn't too bad. I don't think it's going to drop away because she's got that boost to nurse this car through. So hopefully some of these other cars might start dropping away. I don't think they will though, but we've got a lap left. Hopefully she can hang on to 17th place. I don't think any of the other cars are going to drop away in this race. Like, yeah, the car in front. The car in front looks to be having some problems, but whether they're bad enough for us to catch up, still pulling away from us. What's our condition like? I think we've got enough on the tyres and enough with the engine to try and push. See if she can get that car through. See, even with him not pushing at any point, his car's dropping away, so he's so far behind. We are now gaining on the car in front, but there's not enough of the lap. Not enough. Can't even speak at the moment. Not enough of the lap left to catch him up, is there? There's a car there that we could catch. He's in 16th, but his car's done for. Yeah. Come on. We're not going to catch them. Ah, unlucky. Maybe if we'd have pushed a bit earlier, but her tyres dropped away from these softs. But her car actually kind of pulled through there for not doing that, so maybe we could push a lap or two earlier, which would have got us a bit further up here. But we did manage to get 16th right then at the last corner. I think there's that extra 200,000, which I'm quite pleased with. I think we're going to have to look into replacing Evans as a driver, whether it's this season or we wait to the end of the season to try and get a bit better one from a different team, so we don't have to pay to break a contract. So we're saving up for next year's car at the moment. Checking cars, we don't have any risky parts, so we'll pass that easily. Did anyone else drop down? You got drive-through penalties. Basically, we finished quite a lot behind, but he's got the worst car on the grid and he's the worst driver, so I expected. And she actually beat a Dragon Race Team car and an Eastwood car, which ain't too bad. So she is, well, she finished lower down. She's making progress. I think her reliability is probably up to a point now where we don't have to worry about her breaking down at any point, whereas Evans is going to have to keep nursing his car around just to get it through to the end without making repairs. So we picked up 7 points, both at the bottom, expected, and we're falling behind. But again, this season basically is to get an idea of the Predator Racing Group and hopefully concentrate on reliability and then make a few improvements to Anna's car, because we're concentrating on getting her up, because Evans is going to be dumped after this season, if not before, because he's a pretty terrible driver. That's why we're going to leave it with him. So I think we're just going to kind of ignore Evans. Although he's getting better as a driver. Does he improve better? No, she's improving more than he is. She's quite young. He's middle aged, so he's going to lose his seat here and be out of racing. We made $1 million from that race. How did we make $1 million? Sponsor? Oh no, it's because we had the new sponsor, didn't we? We had the new 350,000 a race. So we're now making, if we can finish 16 or higher, $1 million per race. So we should, in theory, be able to. She can nurse the car. We can put some more experimental bits in her car before they're fully reliable. Hopefully, try and get her up the pack a bit more. Which should be. Well, shouldn't say should be. It is the plan to concentrate on her. Game saving. Next time we're in Milan. The next Grand Prix, let's check these emails to begin with. So car condition. So his car dropped away quite bad, and hers doesn't go down too much, so she's quite good at nursing her car through. And we'll just go with this interview before we finish. That seemed to be a very testing weekend for Ines Santa Anna. I'm quite happy with her. Didn't make any strategies, it's just how the car is. Backing her to bounce back, she's already got full morale. William Evans struggled, finishing down in 19th. There's nothing to worry about. He gets happy, the chairman's happy. And that's that. So, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough once again on Motorsport Manager 2016 on the PC. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. Like this video, subscribe to this video. Remember, if you would like to see me do the practices, in the video, leave me a comment down below and I'll consider putting them in. But until next time, until part 3, bye bye.